Some men are born to lead. Sourav Ganguly falls into that category without a shred of doubt, and the signs were always there.
I led the E-zone when he was a member of the side, and I was the wicket keeper, and he would most of the time field at first slip. And he would, after each and every over, he would come over to me and give me some advice. And not only with me, I remember when Arun and Ashok were the captain of Bengal off for E-zone, and he was just a youngster. That was his first season. He was very open about his comments and extremely forthright about what he felt about the planning, what he felt about the opposition, how to get a particular batsman out.
An excellent cricketing brain, a natural flair for man management, and a drive to win that was so infectious that it could carry a whole team with it. Sourav was everything you could ask for in a captain.
मैं कहूँ कि वो एक बहुत बड़े फाइटर हैं कि जब उन्हें चैलेंज मिला टीम संभालने का तब भी उनको इंडियंस एक वो फाइट करने की वो थी कि हाँ भाई अगर मुझे चैलेंज मिला तो मुझे प्रूव करना, मुझे लड़ना है, लड़ाना अपनी टीम को.
Ganguly also had an uncanny eye for talent and the courage and conviction to back them.
Imagine he bagged Viru. All these players were brought by Sourav and Bhaji, Zach, and they turned out to be the match winners now.
The strength of Ganguly as a captain was to really connect well with the Harbhajan Singhs, the likes of Yuvraj, who was very, very young at that time. But I think he gave them enough independence to really act or probably to play the way they want. I think that independence made these guys strong characters by the end of the day.
Like that, he's found the gap.
Sourav won his first series as captain against South Africa, and then he and his team did the unthinkable. They took on the invincible Aussies and conquered them. The Prince of Kolkata had gotten under the Australian skin. He had engaged and beaten Steve Waugh's legendary team, not just on the field, but also in mind games.
Steve Waugh brought a certain self-regard almost to his whole persona, that this is me, I am Steve Waugh. And here was Sourav Ganguly. He said, well, this is me, I am Sourav Ganguly, I am not getting runs, but I am still captain of India and you have to reckon with me. Ganguly picked up very quickly on what was annoying, what was irritating Steve Waugh. It was a small thing. We didn't realize how much it was. We would sort of say, oh, he's late again for the toss, and we'd laugh, and some of us would shake our head and say, that's terrible, and captains can't be late for the toss. And, who said captains can't be late for the toss if it works?
Whatever happened on the cricket field was just a way to win games. It was nothing personal, and over the years I realized that's the best. India played the best when they were up for it.
Along with coach John Wright, Ganguly led the renaissance of Team India, breaking old ideas, bringing in new training methods, erasing the tag of timidity and the jinx of never winning abroad.
There were so many things that we saw that changed during, after John Wright and Sourav Ganguly started working together. There's so many things that changed that are now taken for granted today virtually.
If they were a bit of a laid-back side, we used to let things happen. So somebody like John or me or even Andrew, who was with us then, wanted to make sure that we were awake for all the games and played aggressively. We were a different side once we did that. He became only the second captain to take India to a World Cup final,
It's all over now.
beating Kenya in the semis in 2003.
India get home.
Big game for us here, big game for all those people who've come to watch, and probably 100 crore people back home, and a win here has given smiles to everybody. Schools were closed, offices were closed for this big game, and the way we've played, it's made the whole country proud.
Straight up in the air. This should be. The cup itself slipped from Saurav's grasp, but later that year he scored a scorching century in India's tour to Australia.
That's what they 50 partnership. And snapped to the offside. Well played, Sourav.
Setting the tone for a series where India fought the world's best team to a standstill.
That is beautifully executed. Lovely sharpness by the Indian captain.
फर्स्ट 100 उन्होंने बनाया ब्रिस्बेन में, उसके बाद से 100 बनने स्टार्ट हुए, तो उन्होंने प्रूव किया, फाइट की वहां पर, और हम लोगों को उस खराब सिचुएशन से बाहर निकाला और ऐसे मुकाम पर लाए कि हम लोग सीरीज ड्रॉ करके आए वहां पर.
In 2004, Ganguly became the first captain to win a test series in Pakistan, and with 15 test wins became India's most successful captain.
one of the best captains of all time. I think that he has sacrificed his batting for captaincy because he is such a type of a character. Even in my house, he loves to stay with all our brothers and cousins like this. When he goes, he take with him everybody.
But Ganguly had suddenly reached the peak of a slippery slope, and the fall, true to his style, was dramatic. A complete and devastating loss of batting form, struggling as captain, and the team losing just about every series they played. It was the end of the Ganguly-Wright combination, and in stepped a new coach, Greg Chappell, and things fell apart. Sourav went public with the fact that Chappell had asked him to step down, and Chappell sent an email to the BCCI slamming Sourav Ganguly in the harshest possible terms. When the email was leaked to the media, one of Indian cricket's ugliest and most dramatic saga began playing out.
It damaged the whole team spirit. So what Greg was doing was not just unfair to Ganguly, it was unfair to the other players, it was unfair to Indian cricket as well.
The selectors were in awe of him, the board was in awe of him, and he was able to get away by slagging off an Indian captain in print. Okay, it was a confidential email. He was very indiscreet to send that email in the manner in which he did. It wasn't his job to sack the captain.
Out of the team, sacked from captaincy. In the space of a few months, the prince had been reduced to a pauper.
All what had happened during those 1 month was a bit of a shock. I still couldn't fathom out why all these things happened. And secondly, there was no need for that. If I had to go as captain, I had to go. And it could have been done in a much better way.
So many great people leave on a bitter note, sliding downwards from lofty peaks till the fate comes due. Was this the fate waiting for India's greatest captain?
The moment has arrived. The verdict is out.